Hello. Sorry about the camera angle.
Morning angle.
Morning angle.
Morning angle.
But needs must and all that. So this is my other car intro. So I'll make this one a lot more brief. But basically, if you're seeing this video, then you know that I put out a kind of pretend solo paranormally video, done for a bit of a laugh, really, just to show how easy it is to fake that stuff. So I just want to make it clear, I do believe, or at least I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to the paranormal. I've seen some things can't really explain, including the last time I camped at Nuns Cross Farm, but I also want to show just how easy it is to make a fake paranormal video, because I get a little bit fed up with all the stuff that's put online that people allege to be real and actually is just done using a little bit of digital trickery. So this camp really is with my best mate Rich, who you've seen on a couple of other videos if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, and Rich was my my partner in crime when it came to making some noises, shutting some doors, being a figure to walk past the door and all that kind of thing in the farm. So as I go on, you'll see footage from when this stuff was done and how I did it, but yeah, so I'm meeting Rich at Princetown. We'll make our way down to the farm. Gonna do my paranormal stuff, have fun doing that, and then just have a chilled out evening, drinking and being merry, and sit by the fire. So looking forward to it. I'll see you once I'm there. Hello. So I'm in Princetown. As you might be able to see, it's snowing. I don't think it's going to last very long because there are blue skies behind me. But it's just nice to get here and stand out in the snow for a minute. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Rich. So he should be here any minute, and then we'll crack on down to the farm. Hello. Right, so I'm in this this car park area thing here, sort of between Princetown and Nuns Cross Farm, and it's Rich.
Hello.
My third video of Rich.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful that he's agreed to join me for this trip to Nuns Cross Farm tonight. It's going to be hopefully one hell of a laugh, and quite I don't know, quite an eerie night, I think. Even though this is the real video, not the pretend paranormal one, it's still going to be an eerie night, I think, because it's proper. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never know what might actually really happen, because we do have paranormal investigations in this place. Yeah. Things apparently have been seen and have happened, so you never know. But
you never know. Yeah.
We're gonna make our own paranormal anyway, regardless. Right, so let's crack on and get ourselves down to the building, get everything done. We're probably gonna have to make at least a couple of trips, but we shall see. Wonky hat. Right. Ooh, starting to get chilly. Yeah. Right. So, a quick video. This is for the version that you're on. So, yeah. So here we are in the living room bit. Obviously on this version, I can show you everything we have. So, well, I'm not going to go through everything, but as you can see, we've got quite a lot of stuff. We made 2 trips to the car. All my stuff out of the pack and on the table over there. So I think we kind of decided we'd probably end up sleeping in here on the floor, but we got mats and things with us. But think it's going to be too cold everywhere else. It's going to be down like -3-ish tonight, I think. With the wood burner in here, it's going to be the only warm room in the house. Anyway, how are you, Rich? Anyway, can I have a proper chance to talk?
I'm good, yeah, that is cool. It's not the most, shall we say, well equipped place I've stayed in. I've probably stayed in worse. Yeah, it's cool though, and it is what it is. It's I'm probably in this time of year, it's cold, isn't it? It's you really probably, you know, unless you're a hardened wild camper like yourself, I'm quite happy to be in here. We've got a log burner, but the other thing we've got, which is of critical importance, because it's England, France, is a radio. So happy with that, and there's a game on at the moment, but we're getting ready to sort everything out, and we've got to get heat. We can feel it already. I've got about 4 layers. I'm like Michelin man. I've got four layers. I've got snowboard boots. I've got these. So and I've got ski socks.
Oh, they're awesome.
I'm not going to have cold feet tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously this is the other video. Obviously, Rich is here with me. So far, all I've done for my let's say fake paranormal video that I'm here on my own. All I've done so far is a little walk around upstairs, and Rich has then been my ghost for me, and he's closed the 2 front doors, making a bit of a bang. So watch that back. That looks pretty cool. I've got a few plans of other things to do. So it may seem a bit daft, but it's just going to be a little bit of fun. And I think it just needs to be kind of shown how easy it is to do these things. You've got the right atmosphere and a little bit of know-how on the old editing software. So yeah, so I can actually properly show you the kitchen and what we've got out here. Cool, it's really getting cold out here. So this is Rich's beer collection here, and then mine is in the bag here. So between us we've got a fair bit. That is because we're going to make merry and just sit and drink and chat and be warm from the log burner. So look at that, one hell of a view out the window. What places can realistically can you stay where you can have a view like that out your window, or a view like this out of your door? Worth every penny, in my opinion. So yeah, I've got the fires already. I've used some kindling and some of that. I'll show you. Twizzlers. Some Twizzlers. I'll put some Twizzlers in the fire. So I think they're little, very small pieces of wood soaked in something. So I'm sure once I put a flame to those, they'll go up nicely. Got a little area here. We need to cut any other wood, but to be honest, I bought a bag of wood and some kindling. Richard bought a bag of wood and some kindling. We've got some over there in the little container, and then we've got loads out in the wood store if we need it. So I don't think we're going to run out of wood anytime soon. So Richard's to get his boots on.
Yep.
I'm going to put some more layers on in a minute because it's all I've got is t-shirt and this fleece at the moment, so it's starting to get a bit chilly. And then we'll probably look at maybe doing some more paranormal videos before we lose the light. And once we've lost the light, we can really get into the thick of it before the football starts, obviously. Right, we'll catch you in a bit. So prior to this trip, I made a bit of a plan of what paranormal happenings I was going to have happen. This is one of them. So as I come down the stairs, Rich is in the kitchen and he slams the door. So obviously he's in the kitchen at this point. So and we need a way for him to get out of the kitchen. I've seen this done before in other paranormal videos. So I open up this door. I walk into the kitchen and immediately I go to the left and I pan around. This gives Rich an opportunity out of view to get out of the kitchen. I go around the kitchen, show that the door is currently open, and I had basically a trigger word, and as I said that, Rich then pushes the door closed from the other side. As I exit out, Rich goes into the living area. I then walk straight out the building. So no digital trickery, just a bit of choreography. I thought I'd pop outside because it's snowing. It's a brilliant day to come here. I mean, how often do you get to come and stay here and have it snow on Dartmoor? I shouldn't imagine it'll settle, but still it's pretty cool. Hello. So sun has set. I've just come out to try and get a signal so I could text Tara. There he is. What an eerie building. Got the radio on because it's England v France in the World Cup tonight. So we're gonna listen to that because there's not enough 4G here to watch it. So yeah, back to old school tonight. We're gonna have the radio going. The old light on. Woo. So sorry, blinding Rich as I walk in. I'm gonna turn it off actually. It's probably better without it. Yeah, I think Richard's testing the radio out. So yeah, we're gonna be listening to that later on as when England beat France.
Fingers crossed. Sacre bleu.
Yeah. Yeah, fire's lit. Actually, I need to get some more wood on that because it's starting to die down. So I'm going to crack on and do that. And we need to think about getting some food and drink going, I think. So, yeah, we'll crack on and do that and I'll report in a bit. So this clip is your classic shadow figure walks past the door, unbeknownst to the person who's sat minding their own business talking. So basically what I've done is used a mask on this one. So got my phone on a tripod, I've duplicated it, and the door is a separate piece. And what you'll see in a minute is I'll get rid of the mask. You can then see that there's a lot more light there. I've got Rich slowly walking past the door, and the mask will go back on again now. And what I've basically done there is I've sped up the footage of Rich walking past the door and I've lowered the opacity. So this piece of footage, again, just an old classic really. The still shadow figure stood. And the whole point is that I haven't seen the shadow figure stood in the kitchen, but you as the viewer should see it. I'm too busy talking about what I'm going to be doing as I walk into the living room to check the fire. Just an old classic, again, not really any digital trickery, but quite effective. So this is simply a Gopro which is set up in the room upstairs. Got some fishing line tied to the bottom of that door and I'm just quietly pulling it from outside the room. Again, very simple but quite effective. The GoPro is sat on one of the bunks. So the next clip, taken from the same piece of footage, quite a weird one really. This could be the only actual real piece of paranormal footage on the video. Obviously I left the GoPro sat for about half an hour, and as you see at this certain point the camera moves. Very, very strange, quite unexplainable. So I've popped out, it's still proper snow, look at it. God blimey, yeah, massive. I just got one in the eye. Massive fluffy pieces of snow. You can see the cross up there. Look at that. So the idea behind this particular piece of paranormal footage was supposed to be, basically I've got Rich stood in the kitchen and he was going to stand right just inside the kitchen window. We're going to see this sort of shadow figure stood quite close up. And then as I turned and came back past again, the shadow figure was then going to be stood further away by the door. And on this piece of footage, you see how it was filmed the first time. But as you can see from that footage there, I think Rich was too close and it was just too obvious. So that's edited out of the finished version. So I turn around after talking about the view. That's given Rich enough time to shift along the kitchen. I come on the condensation on the window, so it's quite hard to see actually. I've slowed it down there. You can just see Rich is stood now in the hallway. It's all quite subtle and a lot of people would miss it, but can be quite effective. It's so cold out here. So this particular piece of footage was Rich's idea. He had an idea about basically panning across the landscape, having a shadow figure stood just ominously in the distance. There's a lot of light behind because the sun's setting there, so you can sort of see the silhouette quite well beside the tree. As I pan across and the shadow figure is then out of view, it gets to a certain point, stops, and then pans back across, and lo and behold, the figure is gone. Basically, in that time, I've just shouted to Rich off, kind of off camera, to duck down behind. I didn't use that piece of footage in the finished article; just didn't really work. So this similar to the last one, really. Basically, I've got Rich crouched down behind a wall outside. We'd agreed I walk out, and as I turn the torch off and you can kind of actually see the landscape, Rich then ducks down behind the wall. I think this one actually worked out really well, so I've slowed it down here just so you can kind of see the approach. But you'll see as the light is turned off, you quite quickly see Rich duck down behind. And there he goes. Again, simple but effective. So I'm now over investigating the spot where I've just seen the person duck down behind. I've had to put a cut in there, which was a bit of a challenge, to be honest with you, to try and sort of get a convincing cut, but hopefully only the sort of trained eye will notice that. Rich is now inside the building again, and as I've gone over to investigate, he's then pulled the main front door, which makes a hell of a racket. He's pulled it closed, so I'm now getting a bit freaked out, and I'm slowly walking over to the door. What's happening here is I'm now investigating the building, wonder what's going on. And what I've done is I've grabbed the lamp from the kitchen and I'm walking upstairs to investigate what's going on. So what's happening here is I've had to do a bit of acting basically, and when I've filmed this I've had to pretend someone's running up the stairs. What I've done is I've added in the footage of Rich actually running up the stairs, and that's where I've managed to get the footstep sound. It's just been overlaid. You can see there's some fishing line tied to the bottom of the door, and you'll see it now when the torch goes over it. You can see it shining. So that's how this happens. So Rich now is upstairs, he pulled the door closed. But I genuinely did actually jump then. You can sort of see it on the camera. It was pulled with such force. But I think that was quite an impactful bit of footage. Hello. So I have no idea what the time is. Rach, do you know what the time is?
Well, it's the second half, about 20 minutes. Probably
Hang on, I'll have to put my hand in front of the thing a minute. So right. It's 25 past 8.
So you know, it was a good guess.
Yeah, it was a good guess. So yeah, we're here. We're listening to the World Cup quarter-final, England against France, now 1-1, which is much better than the 1-0 that it was until fairly recently. Yeah, just enjoying being here, really. The fire is roaring. We're drinking beer and enjoying the football, and then we're going to enjoy some chat and stuff. Really, really cool. We've bought quite a lot of wood with us. There's wood here in the wood store, which we've gone and collected. So we've got quite a lot for the night. We're going to probably bed down in here, I would think, just given how cold it is everywhere else. So, yeah, just enjoying being here, really. I'll put the pictures up that I took outside. They don't even look real, but it's a snowy Nuns Cross Farm with stars and the moon. It's just really awesome looking out there. I'm just going to swivel around to show you the fire. So, fire's going. You probably can't see it because it's either side, but we've got loads of logs put on as the evening goes on. So, and it's just been a really fun evening. We've been faking some paranormal stuff, just having really good fun doing it. I spent a few minutes alone in a dark room over there, which was quite freaky, but that's what we want to do in a place like this. Didn't see or feel anything, but you never know. The night is young. So yeah, we're gonna crack on and carry on listening to the football, keep drinking beer and enjoying the evening, and I'll report in a bit. So basically in bed now. What's going on in this piece of footage is I've woken up. It's supposed to be the middle of the night. This actually wasn't the middle of the night. It was about midnight, I think. I'd literally just kind of gone to bed anyway. So I've woken up. There's noises going on upstairs. So I'm sort of lying in bed wondering what's going on. A little bit dazed because I've been asleep for hours. The funny thing about this bit of clip is, and I'll put the volume up for it, but is that Rich actually genuinely did fall over upstairs when he was trying to do the footsteps. So listen to how loud it is. So he stumbles a bit, but I thought it actually worked out quite well. And then it's just his footsteps as he walks across the floor. It then cuts to a bit later on, and I'm looking at the gap under the door. What Richard's basically done here is been making some noise in the kitchen, opened some cupboards and things, and then he comes and just stands in front of the door. We put the lamp in the hallway on purpose so that you'd really get that shadow cast under the door. I then jump out of bed and almost fall out of bed. You can hear that. And go over to investigate. In this time, Rich has basically had a chance to back away from the door. But actually you'll see on this footage, all he's done is partly because we didn't discuss it, but all Rich has done now is gone and hidden underneath the stairs. But it just means I have to put a cut in there basically for the next part of the footage. So as I walk around the corner, there he is. So there's a quick cut, and then this footage here basically is me going to investigate the kitchen, find all the cupboards open. So I basically go around and close them all, and then I go into the living room and sort of check what's going on in there. Then cuts to, again, a little bit later on, and what we did here basically is Richard stood up on the stairs and he's banging on the door. This is inspired by the John Carpenter horror film, one of my favourites, The Fog. And you basically got Rich banging on the door sort of menacingly, and then what he does is eventually unlatches it. But unfortunately, the first take we did of this, you see Rich's arm as he as he latches it.
Hello?
So I've left that one in here so you can kind of see what we were doing really. And this is the final one we actually used. The bangs on the door were harder on this one, but the opening of the door worked much better. You can't see Rich at all. Basically, it does look like it opens by itself.
Hello? The fuck? Hello?
Morning. Oh, so welcome to a beautiful morning on Dartmoor. Look at this. Honestly, couldn't have asked for a more amazing experience. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I expect this place is amazing when you've got strong winds and heavy rain as well, and you sat in there in front of the fire with all the weather going on outside. So that's equally as amazing. But I mean, waking up to this, actually being when it is a winter wonderland. So yeah, I woke up about 6. Had to get up and have a wee, and it snowed before that because it was like this then. It's like that proper crunchy underfoot snow. Here he is. I'm sure he don't want to be filmed this time in the morning, but how'd you sleep, Rich?
Like the dead.
I'm not sure it was a good thing or a bad thing, but I didn't sleep particularly well. I don't think Rich did either. But hey ho, we survived the night. I was just saying, like, it's amazing to wake up to this, isn't it? It's been great to have the snow and just have like clear, nice weather. But so this place would be really cool as well, wouldn't it? If it was if you had strong winds and heavy rain and stuff, just to sit in there in front of the fire and have all that going on outside. But yeah, I mean, to wake up and see this morning, so makes me feel very festive.
Yeah.
Now we've just got the challenge of walking up and trying to drive out of here as well.
Yep.
I'm sure it'll be alright.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah. But so gonna go in and I guess get some breakfast going, and we'll get packed up and get out of here. But I'll I suppose it's still going to be sort of a leave no trace video in the building. Tidied up and cleaned up, right. And then we've also got the challenge of trying to get the padlocks to do up because they were frozen yesterday. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll report in a bit. Right, so we're all done, we're all packed up. Rich has been wildly sweeping in there.
Yeah.
Everything tidy and everything, sorting the fire out. So I think it's as tidy, if not tidier, than when we found it. But it's been an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've obviously had some fun making our pretend paranormal video, which you may or may not have seen before this one came out. What I would have liked to have done really was actually
film kind of showing how we did a lot of the stuff, but we didn't really have time to do that. Had a bit of a disappointing result in the football last night, but we won't talk any more about that. So yeah, thanks for accompanying me on this one, Rich.
Yeah, nice one. Thanks for the invite.
Been good. You know, didn't exactly sleep well, but like I always say, don't come to Dartmoor for the sleep. But it's been an experience with the way that weather is here as well. But, so yeah, I'll say goodbye for this one. I'm sure we'll see Rich again in a future video, probably back at our usual spot, or maybe when we do the next group one here. But right, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.